First half, tough shooting. Everybody's kind of searching for it, right? And then Peyton hits the buzzer beater. He starts nodding. And that kind of carries into a little momentum into the second half. What's the key to, while you're searching for it, kind of staying the course, continuing to run and get those good shots, even though they're not falling?
Yeah, we had 14 offensive rebounds and 4 state turnovers in the first half. I think that's the key is our defense kept us in it. Our offensive rebounding kept us in it. And as long as we can continue those margins, those are the things that allow you to play the way that you need to play when you're not at your best from a shooting standpoint. So and our first half defense was great. I thought our shot creation was great. And then I thought our offensive rebounding was great, which kept them out of transition in the first half. In the second half, we only had 6, and there's a correlation to those 6 offensive rebounds and the points in transition that they got in the second half. So just got to continue to get better at that.
As a coach, are you just sitting there confident that, hey, at some point somebody's going to catch fire? Or are you waiting for hey, I have a backup plan coming?
The first thing you're waiting for is make sure we know we have to continue to defend at a high level, right? Which that's the number one thing. So regardless of that, but I do have trust in the multiple guys that we have. That I think we will get out of that. Whether it's Derek, whether it's Jalen, whether it's Payne, whether it's Ant, whether it's Sam, whether it's the other guys getting offensive rebounds and getting shots for us. So, I think I'm confident in those guys. But why I'm confident is because I know we'll compete on the defensive end, and that's where it has to start.
Joe, a couple of weeks ago, you said that Anthony Simons was kind of a little bit under the radar, his impact in the season that he was having. Can you share a little bit more about just what he's been like behind the scenes? We know that he was the primary scoring option in Portland. Yeah. He came here. He's not coming off the bench. What does the season look like from your perspective?
Yeah, what you see from him is kind of what you get. Just a guy that has come in with a great attitude. He's happy to be here, wants to do whatever it takes to win, and has an understanding in that, but also super confident. And you've seen there's some games where that run that he's been on in his stint has separated the game for us. But where he's really been the most consistent is defensive end. The physicality on the defensive end, executing our schemes, executing our coverages, playing with a level of physicality. That's where he's been at his best. So he's just comes up every day, wants to work, wants to play hard, wants to win. So he'll do what it takes.
Do you see a substantial difference in his defense between October to now?
Yeah, for sure. But not because he wasn't putting forth the effort, just having a better understanding of what we're trying to accomplish from a schematic standpoint, which once you understand the schematics, you can play even harder, which is kind of what you're seeing.
You mentioned the offensive rebounds. It feels like a lot of thought process behind offensive rebounds is effort. A couple weeks ago, you mentioned that effort is a skill. What goes into a successful offensive rebounding night in terms of the game plan? What guys have to do to make that work?
Yeah, you got to have good spacing. You got to have you have to take good shots. So that I think that one thing about our team is we know when shots are going to be taken because we try to find good ones, and then you just have to be able to just go get the ball. There is a level of just go get it, which I think some of our guys had tonight, especially Baylor, Ugo, Jordan, and Baylor. Those guys got some good offensive rebounds for us. Luka did as well. So just got to go get it. But you got to take good shots, got to take care of the ball, got to space well. You got to go get it.
Joe, with Anthony, what do you feel like was the biggest challenge for him adapting here, and how did he overcome that? How did he adapt to it, so seamlessly?
Yeah, there wasn't one, honestly. and it's because of him. He came in with just an open mind of what do I have to do to get on the floor? What do I need to do to play? What do you need from me? And then it was, how can I help you? So there really wasn't a challenge. He came in with a very open mind, and he came in wanting to compete. And, those two things, you can take care of it. So it was a pretty seamless transition, but mainly because of who he is and the type of attitude that he came in with.
With Anthony, have you seen him play more physical as he's gotten more comfortable on defense and understanding the schemes? And what have you seen from him in terms of fighting to hold his ground defensively?
Yeah, it's really just being able to execute. One, our pick and roll coverages, they change. 2, our individual defense. 3, the team defense at all 3 levels. He's able to execute what is needed on each possession and takes pride in it. So just seen that pride. And also have just kind of seen the work ethic that he puts into it. Guys come in the gym and get extra shots. He comes in the gym, he gets extra shots, but he works on his defense as well. So it's a credit to him.
A lot of Anthony talk, but I'm just curious the process of when a guy has it going like that, whether it's Anthony or Peyton or Derek, how much of it is you drawing up plays calling his number and how much of it is them or teammates finding him? Like, what is that process?
Yeah, it's both. I mean, it's both. Really, it starts with your teammates having an understanding that you have it going. So let's get to the right spacing. Let's make sure we play. But then it's the trust that it's not just going to be a shot every time. It's going to be making the right read. He had a reject in front of our bench, kicked it out for JB, got JB going on a 3 on the right wing across from us. So it really comes from the guys having an understanding of the game, and also, when a guy has it like that, he can manipulate the coverage. Are they going to be in their normal coverage? Are they going to blitz? Are they going to switch? And then once you're able to do that, you can kind of make plays for yourself or for each other. So it just kind of starts with those guys doing that for each other.
Joe, you mentioned defense a handful of times. When you're not shooting the ball well, like you weren't early, is this the kind of character-building game that'll develop that defensive mindset you need?
I mean, I go back to the first half. We had 14 offensive rebounds, 4 state turnovers. I go back to that. I mean, those are the things that will help you withstand. You have to be able to score the ball. You can't just go stretches without doing that. But, your defense has to stay intact. You have to fight for extra shots. You got to turn guys over and play great defense. So, those things you just got to continue to work on. And, for the guys to come out and be able to do that, we had the right process, for most of the game.
Over these last couple of weeks, you've really gotten great production from the bench. Luka, Anthony, Ugo, Jordan, these last couple of games have really seemed to play well together. Is that based on effort, or is there something else schematically you're seeing with that group that enables them to be so effective?
I think it's just role definition. Guys have an understanding of what they're supposed to do. It's top to bottom. So I think when you have that, you just have a better level of connectivity, and then you're able to just do your job and execute what needs to be executed. I mean, multiple guys have been in and out of that starting lineup. Half those guys that you've mentioned started games. So it's really just about executing, have an understanding of who you are as a team, have an understanding of what the game plan is, and, execute that regardless of who you're out there on the floor with, and make sure you play hard. So those guys take pride in doing that.
Joe, you gave the guys an extra night in L.A. That you guys came home Sunday. Were you pleased with how they looked tonight? And is that
how
kind
they
of a plan?
No, I was pleased with how they played. They didn't look very good out there, but they played hard.
Yeah.
I was not pleased with how they looked, but I was pleased with how they tried and how they played and how they competed. But they looked, relatively tired.
Well, it was a trap game. I mean, obviously the first game
absolutely.
from a long trip, but you guys maintained the lead and it seemed like they're mature enough to handle those situations.
Yeah, and to your point, I thought the way we came out and defended was that. I had something had to give. Obviously, either you're coming into the game and it's like, we're gonna have the shots, we're gonna make shots, we're gonna do that. But for us to not shoot the ball well at all in that first half, but to play well defensively, to your point, it's a sign of a mature team. And so it was impressive. They've had some ones, but the way they were able to compete tonight, I just like the competitive spirit throughout the entire game. Thank you, Joe. Thanks.